This is based on a pilot study that I did as part of my PhD program at George Mason University, and it is the title is Elementary Students, Self-Regulated Learning and Intercultural Competence. For academic and professional success at the current technologically advanced, globalized world, require that students self-regulate their learning as well as become interculturally competent. And the purpose of this study is to investigate the correlation between upper elementary students' self-regulated learning and intercultural competence. Self-regulated learning is self-directed processes and self-beliefs that enable learners to transform their mental abilities into academic learning skills. And intercultural competence is the effective and appropriate communication and collaboration in intercultural situations. So first, the study is based theoretically on Barry Zimmerman's 1998 model of self-regulation, which is based on a social cognitive perspective. And the constructs that I focused on in the study are intrinsic interest, seeking self-evaluation, and adaptability, which Zimmerman sees as characteristics of successful self-regulated learners, and many researchers in the field of intercultural competence also see as characteristics of interculturally competent people. There was a big gap in the literature because not much has been done to study intercultural competence and self-regulated learning in elementary students. They were often thought to be as too young. So, and these are very self-regulated learning and intercultural competence are very complex, and to measure them in students there should be several methods used, but I just focused on one of them, which is the self-report, and developed a questionnaire of 41 items, and I have successful 82 questionnaires filled that I was able to gather and analyze, and the analysis of the data showed that there is in fact a correlation between self-regulated learning in general and intercultural competence. I had to drop the adaptability construct because of low internal reliability, but the other constructs, intrinsic interest, showed high moderate correlation in between both, and self-evaluation there was a moderate correlation. I also think one of the interesting results was showing that in this sample the students showed high intrinsic interest but not as much self-evaluation, and there are other studies that show that that isn't very uncommon in this age group. So this pilot study I am using now to build on my future study in my dissertation, which will be mostly using self-regulated learning prompts to help students develop intercultural competence. So use it as lessons and just see the effects of doing that.